Hey everybody, Mr. Regan here, and today we're going to be looking at how an object changes its velocity depending on the direction and strength of a force that's exerted on, well, different objects that have different masses. And we're going to be exploring this in our simulator as we look to complete some mission with some unique challenges that's going to really test do we understand the relationship between force, mass, and velocity. Now, as we break down how to complete these sim missions, there's two important things we need to be looking to understand as we show you how to complete them. Number one is how to use the sim features to complete the mission. So we'll be walking through all the features and things you need to know about. And number two, how to screenshot evidence of the completed mission, what you need to show in each of the upcoming tasks. So tasks 3 all the way through 8 to show that you completed each mission. So as we go through this, make sure we're focusing on, do I understand the features? Do I understand how to show evidence that I completed the mission? And let's go ahead and take a look at the very first one you're going to be doing here in task 3 as you dive into our simulator and look to take a screenshot that you completed the mission. So when you click on the amplify icon, you're going to have a few things in front of you. You're going to have your objects that have unique velocity and masses. With each one of them, you're going to have different targets. And underneath each target, they're going to have a specific velocity that they're going to need in order to open up and again swallow each of our objects. Now, in the very first build page, you'll also see the instructions at the top telling you how to go about completing the mission. So prepare and exert a force, so one singular force on each of our objects. You get to decide how strong or weak that force is to make each of them reach the target with the same velocity of 5 centimeters per second in that vertical direction. So this page is where you're going to have to begin thinking about how can I exert a single force with a unique size to make each of these objects with their velocity and masses hit the target. And remember, if the target opens up and swallows the objects, all three, 1, 2, 3, you've completed the mission. So you go to run, click prepare force, and from here you're going to apply those different forces. So you'll click on your object. If you want it to be a lot of force or a strong amount of force, you'll hit a lot of clicks. Small forces, very few. Make sure you're using the correct direction in order to hit the target. Okay. Whatever that may be. Okay. Obviously, you're going to do that for all three. Remember, this is one single force. We're just deciding how much force to apply, a lot or a little. You'll hit exert force. Notice none of them opened up. So we did not complete the mission. And we still need to make sure all three go in. To do that, we might have to check the analyze page. From here, we can look at a few different things. Number one, we can rewind the sim to see how much force that we applied to each object. So if I go down here to my progress bar and I rewind, I can see how much force I applied. So 70 units of force and in what direction. I can see the masses to help me decide how does the mass relate to the force. I can look at the velocity as it started. So our object A started at 1 and went to 29 and so on. And my job is to figure out how do I apply the right amount of force to get the right amount of velocity with these unique masses to get the targets to open up. When you have completed it and you have the right amount of force for each of the masses to get the velocity you need, you're going to screenshot this page. Okay, this is your evidence that you completed the mission. We should see the force, the direction of that force. If we see the objects, the targets opening up, that's great. And we should see the data that supports that you completed the mission. So you'd be screenshotting a page like this where we can see everything. This isn't it. This isn't it. We need to see the force. So go ahead and ask yourself, looking at our survey, do we understand how to use the features to complete the mission and how to screenshot the evidence that you need to show that you have done the mission correctly? Put your X where you feel you fall. Reach out if you have questions, and good luck.